The illiterate young man, Joe, worked as a mechanic in a garage for many years. He learned everything about cars and trucks, but when it comes to academic studies, he could not cope with them. Some years down the line, a beautiful young lady took her car to his garage for repair. He repaired her car. She no longer had problems with her car. They communicated regular, and eventually, they became close. One day she told him that she wanted to go to university and asked him if he could sponsor her with the fees. He agreed to her wishes and paid for her studies. He went to the bank, took out a secure loan, putting his house up as security. Few years afterward, she became a qualified lawyer. She got a nice job working for a law firm, collecting a good salary. Before I say anything further, I want to make it clear that they lived together and have 2 children, 9-year-old Jody and 7-year-old Curtis. She started to go out regular, partying, meetings, and different arrangements. One Sunday morning, she came in at 2 a.m. "Where are you coming from?" he asked her. "That is not your business," she shouted. "And who do you think you are talking to like that dirty old man?" They argued regular. To be honest with you, he slapped her once. She called him illiterate and foolish. While she was in the presence of her lawyer colleagues, she talked less about her partner and his status. At times, she made it out as if he was her uncle or her house assistant. She abused him frequently. At one point, she got the police to arrest him. She treated him like a real dog, with no respect whatsoever. Sometimes she made terrible references to him, such as "It is very hard to live with a fool," and "It is very hard to see fools, and don't use them." Whenever people asked her about her man, she would either get upset or ignore the question. I could recall one day someone asked her, "How did they met?" "We met through my uncle. He was my uncle's friend," she said. The point I am making here is, to all the brothers out there, please invest in yourself first, and afterward, you can lend a helping hand to someone else. Don't invest in women and leave out yourself. That is not logical. Put yourself together academically or any other ways first. We love women, but it would be unwise to give women all the good life and you take all the rubbish life. If you do, you might regret every bit of your actions. You don't want to end up in a mental institution, commit suicide, or kill someone. Take heed to what I am saying here. This man never gave his mother any money, neither did he give his smaller brothers and sisters. After his lawyer woman gone, they were the only people who were there to save him when he lost his house, his car, and work. His children negotiate with their mother to help out their father. She ignored their plea. Each time we had a conversation, all he said, "If I did only know. But I guessed, it's too late, don't let that happen to you." Some of us men look at the beautiful shapes and faces, but I would suggest that men should look at the heart and character instead and leave the pretty faces alone. Women only pretty when they have dignity, without that they are as ugly as the devil in hell. Listen up. I knew how it felt to have a sweet person to call wife or girlfriend, but here we have to choose whether we want pretty troubles or ugly happiness, meaning an ugly woman can bring you happiness, and sooner or later you would find out that she is no longer ugly as you first thought. I rather ugly happiness over pretty trouble. However, the one that is beautiful never always have good and clean hearts. They tend to make their beauty control their minds, and they think that no one is like them and they are above life. This is one of the reasons why God doesn't love a proud heart. Proverb 18:12. I rather to have a wife that is ugly like sin, with bump on her face and sores on her skin. I don't mind if her breasts are as large as cost of living. Once she can be a woman and not a deceiver, I would make her happy and gave her all the love I have and the respect she deserves.